McVays. When you go back and you look at that film from Sunday, where did you make the biggest improvement as the game went on and the comfort level for you?
I think just as the game went on, I just felt more comfortable. Just felt a little bit more comfortable out there. Felt like, even the entire game I felt comfortable, but just, as we started stacking reps and the game went on, kind of got into a rhythm. The entire offense got into a rhythm. And that second half, we really came out strong. So just for the most part, I felt like we were all getting into a rhythm and we were all, feeling pretty good, in that second half.
There were a couple passes that were knocked down. When you go back and you look at that, what were the reasons? Were they the same? Was it something different for each one of those?
I would say, a couple of those were just T.J. Watt. He was having a game, man. I mean, guy had a great game. Swatted one of those third down passes. I think he might have gotten me on another one. And then, maybe I could have, tried to get a different arm angle or get it around the guy or something like that. But, all in all, sometimes that stuff happens. I haven't had a problem with that before, but definitely something that, if it becomes a trend that I'll look into and improve.
Geno, what do you make of just how short the passing game was in that game, and how much more opportunity do you think there is to get downfield?
Well, I think a lot of that was just out of necessity. If you watch the game, the Steelers, they kept their safeties deep. The corners were off pretty much the entire game, and they were buzzing guys to the flats hard. So, one of the things that you do to counter that is you have to, find your spots underneath. And so, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It all depends on the coverage, the type of technique the DBs are playing. A lot goes into that. I thought we were fine. We potentially had some shots down the field. We hit Gerald on a pretty deep one, and then might have had Tyler on one or two. But overall, it was just coverage based, and so you'll see that game to game it'll be different.
Running the ball as well as you guys did in the second half, especially on that first drive of the third quarter, how do you think that can change what you were just talking about, the coverage?
Yeah, well, a part of the reason why we ran so well was because those safeties were back deep, and so we just had a clean box and we were able to, get up on their backers, and then the safeties were coming down and filling, and you saw Alex making guys miss, on the second level. So I think it all just depends on the looks we're getting, the team we're playing. It's always game plan based.
They're one of the top teams in the league in interceptions. What do you see out of that secondary?
Man, they got great players. They got great corners. They trust their guys. They like those guys to play bump and run, get up in your face. And then they've been making plays. You see guys, teams trying to attack, their man coverage, and you see those guys out there making plays.
What about the red zone defense? They're really good there. What do they do well in the red zone?
I think the best thing that they do is they communicate, they stay connected, and then they got veteran leadership. You got Malcolm Jenkins back there. He's seeing it all. So he knows all the looks, and so you really got to scheme things up when it comes to those guys. But for the most part, they've just been playing great technique and playing good ball.
How did you kind of work and communicate with Russell during the game? How did that go?
It went great. Russell is, if you saw him on probably Sunday night, doing this whole huddle thing and all that. That was pretty cool. But that's kind of how he is. He sees the game before things happen. And so we communicated that way, talked about ways to strategize to get more guys open in the passing game, and then different run checks that we can get to as well.
What did you learn about Shane Waldron's offense running it through the whole game?
Shane has done a great job, as I said before, at calling plays that we like and also calling the plays that, the defense will give us. And so, we came out the second half and we ran the ball just about every play. We didn't even get to third down. And, that's a testament of Shane going in and making adjustments, him and Pete, and saying, hey, these guys are playing us deep to short. Let's get our run game going. And you saw our offensive line, they started to take over the game.
Geno, when did you feel like you started to settle in? I mean, it was your first start in 4 years. Did you have to shake off any of the nerves, the jitters or whatever, getting back out there and making a start again or anything like that, or was it pretty good from the get-go?
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Honestly, I felt pretty good. I wasn't nervous. I think we just all settled in the second half together. We all settled in and we started to play better.
Similar question to that, what is this like to be in that routine now? It's not just one start, it's several, and you're going through several game weeks now. How does it feel to be in that rhythm and routine?
Well, I feel great, and I'm starting to get into a rhythm, and calling plays in the huddle, communicating with guys on the side, just getting into a full rhythm of being the guy. And so, I'm going to continue to get better, just as reps come. So it feels great. We had a great walkthrough today. Guys were locked in, and we looked to carry that over to practice.
What expectations do you have for yourself in these starts that you get when Russ is out?
To play well. to play well, honestly. As far as numbers go, I can't really say. It's all game-based and depends on what they're doing on defense. But I expect to play well. I expect to play like a good quarterback and to lead the team to a victory.
What made you get hooked up with Dr. Sharif a few years ago?
Sharif, man, he's a legend down there in South Florida. Honestly, just training and looking for the best trainers, and happened to come across him, and he's been doing wonders, for my game, and he does a lot for a lot of guys across the league. He's a really good trainer.
Specifically, what has he done for your game?
Just overall strength and balance. We do a lot of different core balance stuff and core balance training. A lot of uncanny things, getting put in kind of awkward positions and seeing how your body responds. And he's one of the best.
See any of that pay off in the 2 times you played this year?
I did. I feel like my base has gotten a lot stronger just in the pocket. I feel like my feet are settled and my base is stronger. And then I just feel overall just a lot more stronger, and I feel, really prepared.
You guys got all the running backs involved. Homer had a couple big plays. Dallas was out there. Just how confident do you feel in that whole group, regardless of who?
Man, I'm super confident in those guys. Every single one of those guys can make plays. They all do it in a different way. You can see it, man. Alex, Chris, we got Penny coming back. All those guys do it in different ways, man. DJ Dallas is phenomenal out of the backfield. Homer the same way. And I think the best part is they're all tuned into all the protections. They're all locked in. They do a great job with protections. Makes our job extremely easy as quarterbacks. And, it's great to have guys like that.
Have you got to know Jacob Eason at all a little bit? A couple days?
Yeah. Jacob, man, I remember I tweeted maybe like he was in college. I tweeted it. I was watching this game, and I tweeted, I was, man, this dude's legit. And kind of went viral here in the Washington area. So, he's a great guy, has a strong arm, really like his game.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks, Geno.
Thanks, Geno.
Have a blessed day.